Welcome back to Comics, the podcast where me and my mom look at 2 comic books each week. Batman The Long Halloween, part 7 of 13 is our first comic today. And we're keeping with our April timely theme of April Fool's issues. Last time we looked at Marvel Fanfare April Fool edition, and now we have a Batman April Fool theme comic.
Looks like he's doing a dance of Bob Mackie. Is it Bob Mackie? Who's the big choreographer for like
Fosse?
Yes, Bob Fosse dance.
Yeah, I guess. Then this is, did you ever read The Long Halloween? I have it in a trade paperback. I don't actually have all the loose issues like this. I think I got this in a random lot of comics that I got in an auction. But each issue of this 13-part series is dedicated to a holiday. And there's a holiday-themed killer. So this is a Batman story we're like smack dab in the middle of the 13 parts. We're 7 of 13. And it's kind of like a gangster story more so than like a superhero story. So there's the Falcone family, crime family, and the Maronis, I think, are the other ones. And somebody keeps killing a different person for the Falcone, part of the Falcone organization, and it always coincides with a holiday. So they call them the Holiday Killer.
Okay.
Nobody can figure out who it is. If it's an existing person from the Rogues Gallery, as it's kind of suggested, it might be the Riddler with his smoking gun here, or if it's somebody we don't know, or some kind of new character.
Oh, cool.
So this is April Fool's Day, and I guess part of the fun of this story is it's more of Batman in his detective mode. He's kind of solving a mystery, and this is a mystery that eludes him for so long, and it keeps us guessing. I remember in Wizard magazine at the time, let's see, this is 1997. They have like a special issue, like who is the Holiday Killer, and they speculated in the magazine about the different characters and the likelihood. So it was a big, it was like who shot Mr. Burns?
Yeah, it turns out it was Maggie Simpson.
Yeah, and actually Maggie Simpson's the Holiday Killer. So this is a very visual issue, not a lot of text.
This is
but I love
brilliant.
the muted colors and
the reflection.
Yeah, big panels.
Bats.
So both Edward Nygma, the Riddler, who we just saw the first appearance of not too long ago, and Batman are both trying to solve this mystery, but for different reasons. Who is Holiday? So they call him the Holiday Killer or just Holiday.
Nice.
It's a mystery broken into a jigsaw puzzle, wrapped in a conundrum, hidden in a Chinese box. I like all this holiday-themed things out on the table here. So these correspond to all the murders so far. We have a jack-o'-lantern for the Halloween murder. There was a Thanksgiving murder, a Christmas murder, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
A New Year's Eve murder, and Valentine's Day, and then St. Patrick's Day. So 6 people, 1 for each previous issue. Each issue ended in a murder of a new victim, and made it, even us as the audience don't get to see who the Holiday Killer is. So clues are left at the murder scene. These objects, easily obtainable at any 5 and dime store, were selected to represent the dates of the killings. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, holidays like today, April Fool's Day. So, we're 6 patterns deep into a recurring killing, and they're expecting, it's a holiday technically.
Who's the artist?
Tim Sale, I think.
Cape
it's written by Jeff Loeb. Okay, it's collaborated. The storytellers are Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, but I think Tim Sale's the artist part of that duo. Jeff Loeb, I think, is just a writer.
His cape is very moving.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's almost like oil spilling out.
Oh, yeah.
Paths or something. A riddle, a killer. It's such moody lighting. This is Carmine, the Roman Falcone, the patriarch of the crime family, and his daughter, Sophia, who's this big, brooding, wide-shouldered woman.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a cool antagonist. She was in, did you watch the HBO Penguin series?
No, not yet.
With Colin Farrell? It's really good. It borrows elements of this, but it's quite different.
Okay.
So it's not an adaptation, I would say. It's more just like draws a little bit of inspiration. The Falcone, the Sophia in there is much more petite. I thought it'd be interesting if they made her a big bruiser, but they went a different direction. But the Penguin is really good in that series. He does a good job. So question, why does Holiday always use the same type of weapon? It's this type of pistol here. Answer, he gets them wholesale, or let's be more practical. These 22 pistols are lightweight, easy on the hand, perfect for a woman. So he's imagining, is it Catwoman? And this is kind of a retro costume for Catwoman, as you can see.
It is.
Those wide ears.
Yeah, it is.
It almost harkens back to the original Batman design.
Oh, it
In
does,
some of those
yeah.
early Batman, he has kind of
His
you just
cowl
have
is...
depth to them rather
Yes.
than just being pointy sticks.
Yeah.
A Catwoman. With the break-in last June, she had access to Mr. Falcone's safe, and therefore the names of everyone in the Roman Empire. Add to that the $1 million bounty Mr. Falcone subsequently put on her head. Suddenly her best defense is a good offense.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't necessarily what happened. He's just imagining if she was the one to have done it, this is how it might have looked. Maroni is what Batman is suspecting out loud. He thinks out loud a lot. He'll just be sitting in complete silence and say, Maroni. What? What do you mean? Maroni. So this is kind of very Godfather-esque. I think doesn't somebody get killed in the bathtub in Godfather? From the outset, the killings have always favored Sal the Boss Maroni, the Romans' chief rival for control of Gotham City. He weakens the Falcone family, growing bolder with each murder. Who else on New Year's Eve? So we see Maroni here and out on the deck. This is Alberto Falcone. He's Roman's son, and he would be next in line to be the heir, but he's kind of like an outcast. He's the black sheep in the family, so he's not actually in the crime side of it. He's kind of rejected that, and he's a little nerdy and kind of a disappointment. So that's why Sophia's kind of stepped in as the right hand there. Would shoot Falcone's own son in the back, so Alberto had been shot on the ship in New Year's Eve on the yacht or whatever it is. Question, why does the killer shoot Alberto Falcone anyway? Answer, because he can. I only meant that Alberto wasn't in the family business. So we can kind of see Roman lean in when he says that, like, what? Talking about my son here. Right. Yeah, compared to this Catwoman to the more contemporary 97 Catwoman, very different. Raising the issue, are these killings somehow personal? Carla Vitti, Mr. Falcone's sister. So now we're imagining if it was Carla Vitti. Her son, Johnny Vitti, was supposed to testify against Mr. Falcone to the grand jury. It's no secret how the Roman tried to get a hired knife slid between his nephew's ribs. Did Carla Vitti do the unthinkable? Did the mother kill her only son just to hide her identity?
No.
And I love the black and white juxtaposed with the splashes of color.
Yes.
Very film noir.
Yes.
Now her own guilt masks her rage. She is free to attack anyone, since no one will suspect her. So again, we're playing out, if it's Carla Vitti, how would that have looked for the various killings we already know about? She was there on New Year's Eve, so she was also on the yacht there. Who else could have approached Alberto without him reacting? At this point, it is little more than a son for a son. So maybe since she was forced into killing her own son, she takes revenge by killing her brother's son as well. Moments later, she runs back to the scene, covering her tracks. She was the one to have supposedly found Alberto.
Okay, so why does he want to know? Why does Enigma want to know?
Well, we'll find out. He's kind of under duress, actually. It seems like he wants to solve it, but there's a really funny scene where we'll see why. Okay. If I may, sir, in all your theorizing, there is one person you have overlooked entirely, Julian Day. But according to Arkham Asylum's records, which could be altered, I suppose, the Calendar Man remains in their custody. So there was a previous Batman villain I wasn't really familiar with before this, called the Calendar Man, his real name Julius Day, who they're like, well, if they're holiday-themed murders, that's kind of his MO.
One would assume, right.
It was not he to whom I was referring. I might only point out that in one's quest for justice, I have seen someone, even as sane as yourself, behave in the most surprising ways. So he's like, I didn't mean the Calendar Man, actually.
Spit it out, Alfred.
You are wearing a bat costume, and we're the only ones in the room. 2 shots to the head. If you ask me, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. So this is Harvey Dent. And we're thinking, well, this is something he actually said in the recent issues versus images of if he had been the killer. I'm for letting them walk. We put word on the street that the Irish cut a deal and see how the Roman reacts. Maybe he did the Thanksgiving murder. Harv, your hair's all wet. It's been snowing. But maybe he was actually on the yacht doing the murder of Alberto. Captain Gordon told me how he showed up late on New Year's Eve. On Christmas, he could have followed the Joker from his home and killed Milos, the Roman's bodyguard. He left Wayne Manor on Valentine's Day, with plenty of time to confront Maroni's men at the restaurant. What will you do now, sir? Pray I'm wrong. Harvey Dent. He's so big compared to that little gun.
Right?
So now we get to see, well, why is the Riddler motivated to solve this? Bruce Wayne, Harvey Dent's now thinking it's Bruce, even though Bruce just came to the opposite conclusion. You sure you want to go ahead with this? Arresting one of Gotham's most prominent citizens? No. But if Bruce Wayne is helping the Roman Empire, he deserves everything that's coming to him. And we cut to Roman Falcone talking to the Riddler again. Mr. Enigma, I was told there was no riddle you could not solve, and yet you've only put together one guess after another, with no more certainty of one than any other. Well,
interesting how they draw him so tiny.
She just picks up his little... I like how he has a question mark on the... God. Is that on the outside of his hat?
That looks like the inside.
Yeah, it looks like he's got them on both sides, just to be thorough.
She's palming his
If your
head.
life depended on, and it does, tell me, who is Holiday? Yeah, she's just crushing. His blood's coming out of his nose. His head gets crinkled like that in her bare hands. It gets even more graphic. Carmine Falcone? Me? You? Ha ha ha. They both find that funny. Sophia, take Mr. Enigma out the side exit. Yes, Papa. And Sophia, come right back. Yes. So he's like, well, don't kill him, but just get him out of here.
Whoa. There's got to be some brain damage in there.
Right? So she just shoves him out into the alley, and it's raining, and he is immediately confronted by a figure in shadow with the signature weapon. And I guess this is an old-timey thing. They put like a baby bottle nipple on there to silence the shot or reduce the volume, I guess. So he takes a shot. We think the Riddler is going to be the next victim of the Holiday Killer. Dun, 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 dun. But when does a killer not kill? It's April Fool's. So he used blanks or something. He shot all around him. Of course, how could I not see? He got a lot of shots off with that pistol.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, many shots. He stood there reloaded.
Dang, right.
Stand still. So,
whoa.
Yeah, it really looks like he gets him point blank, but he's a pretty good marksman. He just shoots.
Wow.
I even put the nipple on to silence it if it's going to immediately break, and all the rest will be quite loud. But yeah, I love this final splash page. It's really cool with the cracked bricks behind him. And so this is the only time the Holiday Killer takes no victim as a joke. He's got a sense of humor as a killer.
Wow.
But I'll have to lend you my trade paperback. I read that way back at Alex Drozen's house on a sleepover. He had the trade paperback.
Wow.
I think I read it all in one night and staying up really late, sitting by a lamp or something, laying on a futon. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a really fun series. I love that art style, and actually that's a appropriate one to be reading because they actually are doing some kind of sequel to it that's coming out right now. So
really?
This was back in 1997, and after all that time they've come back, I think, to do some kind of follow-up. I haven't started reading it yet, but I saw something about it on the newsstand.
I love it.
At the comic shop.
So then we have Power Man and Iron Fist. Call him evil.
I know. Iron Fist rather, looks so evil. In the color scheme, it reminds me of like Reverse Flash.
Yeah,
How he looks so much like a sinister version of the regular hero.
And unlike your covers that you like where they're breaking through the cover, he's preparing to break through the cover.
I know. It's that anticipation of what's going to come with that glowing fist.
Yeah. So, I might need your help here.
Daughter of the Dragon King. Dragon King's Daughter. That's a restaurant in Louisville.
Oh, really?
You are Daniel Rand, known to the world as Iron Fist, the living weapon. You are about to die. Lei Kung, have I traveled this long journey to Kunlun just to lose my struggle with death? And what's happened to Kunlun? Why does it lie in ruins, all about me? Quiet yourself, young dragon. Calm your spirit and learn. The radiation poisoning that is quickly killing you may only be slowed and eventually stopped by your becoming as one with my spirit. Reach inside yourself and find the death that awaits you. Find it and conquer it before it conquers you.
It's so ominous. At first it's like, oh, is he killing him?
Yeah.
Is he pulling out all his chi?
So that's Lei Kung is his name?
Yes.
Is that the power or Iron Fist mentor maybe? Or take your mind off this shattered city and the many mysteries surrounding it. I am gently moving your chi, your very life essence, concentrating it on the disease that even now seeks to destroy you. This is very dangerous. The slightest loss of concentration on either of our parts could leave you shattered or dead. So calm your soul, young Rand Kai. Let us seek your cure. And in doing so, I shall relate to you the tale of the great horror that now visits Kunlun. I shall tell you the tale of the Dragon King's daughter. What? Where am I? How did I get to this beach? Beware of the water, young dragon. Do not enter the water. That's Lei Kung's voice. What's wrong with the water, teacher? You are in a deep trance, young dragon. When I am finished, you shall awaken. However, should you enter the water, you shall never awaken. Why? I don't get it.
It's a good thing he doesn't have Frank Zappa's voice. Beware the yellow water. So, that girl. Almost didn't see her. What's she doing in my trance? Can't wait to find out. So, the way he breaks it's bizarre. Excuse me, miss, but are you all right? Most honorable sir, I am the daughter of the Dragon King who lives deep within the waves. Against my father's wishes, I recently married a mortal. Now my husband has shamed me, left me penniless and homeless. My shame is so great, I cannot face my father, the Dragon King. Will you speak to him for me? Can you express my sorrow? She said her father's home is beneath the waves. How am I to find your father? Simply tie your belt around this tangerine tree and knock 3 times on its trunk. My father's magic will do the rest. What if I get dumped in the water? Then I'll never wake up. Oh well, never could stand to see a woman cry.
It's the only thing he told you not to do.
Exactly. So he ties himself up and rap. And we see this.
It's a cool fortress.
Yes, we see. This is a cool statue. So, what happens?
Wow, this place is fantastic. Must be the Dragon King's palace. At least I'm not wet. Amazing mystical dragons have the power to assume mortal guises. All these people are probably dragons. So I guess that's how he gets around the not being able to come back. As long as you don't get wet. You can go in the water, but as long as it doesn't make you wet.
Exactly.
Yes, mortal. What is it? Who? The Dragon King? Stop babbling and get on with it. I can't stand the smell of mortals.
What a jerk.
Qian Tang, control your temper. This mortal is obviously a messenger. Yes, sort of. It's your daughter. Then, after Danny relays the girl's story, No, my beloved daughter! Qian Tang, where are you going? To Kunlun, my brother, to make the dog pay.
He is impetuous.
Fig Newtons are impetuous. And we've got Nesquik. Did you drink that when you were growing up?
Of course. Remember when your dad went shopping? He'd always get the off-brand Fig Newtons?
Yeah.
And they always came in a bigger package. It's like, what are you going to do with that many Newtons? Newton knockoffs.
I haven't had Fig Newtons in so long. They're pretty good, though.
I like them. I like them better than, like, remember when they used, like, was it strawberry? Or they made, like, a different version of them?
Yeah,
That
some
was
of the
weird.
flavors are better than others, for sure.
That was weird.
Qian Tang, control yourself. Vengeance is not the way. Oh, but it is, brother. It is the only way. Wow, he's going into his dragon form.
Look at his hair and his dragon.
Gets mullety for a while there. It's the only thing mortal men comprehend. Vengeance and death. The dog shall pay for the shame he's caused the daughter of my brother. They shall all pay.
What a
1 year
jerk.
later.
Yeah, 1 year later.
Takes him a while. What happened? Suddenly I'm in another vastly different palace. I don't seem to have a whole lot to say about these hallucinations. Who dares enter Khan's home without leave? It is I, O Master Qian Tang, brother of the Dragon King. Uh-oh, that's Master Khan, and I'm in big trouble. Yes, Qian Tang, most powerful of all dragons, save the Dragon King himself. In the past year, you have destroyed Kunlun, the city of my heart. Now you are here. Why? To beg forgiveness, O Master. My rage was boundless. I feared not even you. Forgive me.
What a jerk.
Forgive you? 70,000 dead, and you dare seek my forgiveness? With a wave of his hand, he dispersed his castle in the clouds. But he can't see me. You killed women. You killed children. The innocent and guilty alike. Of course, they were only mortal fools, but they were my mortal fools.
Yeah, Johnny, why don't they see me? What could have possibly made you so foolhardy as to tempt Khan's wrath? A mortal dishonored the daughter of my brother. Vengeance had to be taken. I am a god to those mortals, Qian Tang. Their worship provides me with power. You cannot threaten my power source with impunity. And what of the mortal responsible for your tantrum? His name is Xiaolo. He was a fisherman. I borrowed a favor from a god and changed the mortal into a serpent, a lowly fire-breathing serpent. I imprisoned him within the cave outside of Kunlun. Then I ripped out his heart and placed it alive and throbbing into a cauldron within the cave where it will beat until time ends. Xiaolo will writhe in shame and agony forever, and he shall be forever known as Xiaolo the Undying. Original. And just amusing enough for me to forgive your brash behavior. What? Let the storm cease. You are forgiven, Qian Tang. However, have a care. I will not be this amused again. 70,000 dead and Khan just walks? Shortly. So is that how the city came to be destroyed? Why do I feel as if that's not all there is to it? I have a strong feeling I'm reliving part of the distant past, far before I was even born. This is Lei Kung's tale. He's narrating it to me through my trance, no doubt. But why the history lesson? Thank you, most honored sir. It should be okay for you to turn home now. Enough people have died to make that possible. Got to steer clear of the water. I'm being drawn this way. The landscape is shifting again, and somehow, some way I know, over 1,000 years have passed. Hey, that's my father and mother up there, and me when I was 10 years old. Father? Mother? No, good. They can't hear me. It's all happening again right before my eyes. Mother, and I slipped, fell to a lower ledge. Father tried to help, but he slipped too. That's when the fourth member of Father's expedition, his crooked business partner, Harold Meacham, Father! He cut his rope. That is so evil. It's all happening again. Lei Kung must be retelling the tale of how I arrived at Kunlun. Some memories are too much to bear. Mother and I finally arrived at the bridge to the Mystic City when... No, Lei Kung, please, don't make me live this.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Wolves. I didn't see them at first. Mom pushed me away towards the city. And then the wolves ate her. Mom!
No.
Mom! Hold, young dragon. You can do nothing to save her. No! Welcome to Kunlun.
You
guys couldn't have done anything about it?
Nothing. They didn't even want a barrier?
Nah.
I don't get it. I just don't understand all the pain, reliving all of this. How can this be part of a curse? The Grand Palace, before it was destroyed, it was so beautiful. Home. Welcome, young Ran Kai. I am UT, the august personage in Jade. That's such a title.
Yeah.
Master of Kunlun, your new home. This is Lei Kung, the Thunderer. Mightiest of all warriors into his handle, I command you. To be taught, disciplined, until both your mind and soul have come to embrace the way. So it seems like when I was reading this in my head, there would be a fanfare, like a musical.
It's his training montage.
It is.
Oh, August 1, I have completed my training. In the 10 years I have spent here, I have mastered all that Lei Kung could teach me. There is but one thing I lack, the power of the Iron Fist. You are proud, young dragon. There is much anger within you. I should deny you, but I shall not. Beware, however, Rankai, you face a mighty challenge. In order to obtain the power of the Iron Fist, you must first battle Xiao Lao, the Undying, to the death. Should you survive, you must seek out the heart of the dragon within its lair, and thrust both hands into its molten core repeatedly until your body can stand no more. Then and only then may you claim the title Iron Fist.
So there've never been, even his biggest champion, never got the Iron Fist?
I guess.
And then if he
He's the
didn't,
first one to get it, 'cause otherwise the dragon would be dead.
right? That
He
doesn't
fulfilled the prophecy.
It doesn't make.
He really
too much
looks like
sense.
Cobra Commander or something. With
Yes!
He's like the yellow version.
That's what. Doesn't it? The
I can
looseness
see
of
why
his.
cutting off the bottom part, it makes you look more friendly.
That is.
Terrorist, superhero.
Yes.
That's the difference.
Yes.
And that giant collar. It's crazy.
It is. It is. So,
Earth.
UT, my birthplace appears in the realm but once every 10 years. I intend to cross the bridge between worlds and return to my own. I have some vengeance to exact from a man called Meacham. Farewell, young dragon. The gods go with you. Farewell, teacher. I shall miss you. I've returned to the Dragon King's place, but why? What is Lei Kung trying to tell me? Xiao Lao is dead. Some Kunlun Cretan actually found a way to kill he whom I have condemned to eternal suffering. Chao Tang, calm yourself. Again, a hothead never changes. Never. Xander.
You remain calm, my brothers. I have been made to lose face. Let the city dwellers beware the wrath of Qian Tang, brother of the Dragon King, for surely they shall all die. Old Qian Tang, where do you rush to in such great rage? This is not your concern, Master Khan. I am on a mission of vengeance. No, I allowed your childish rampage lo those many centuries past, but never again shall you attack Kunlun with impunity. No, just watch me, sorcerer. You dare? Infidel. I've changed into my mortal form, but how? How, you imbecilic dragon? I am a god. Now behold my wrath.
From the very element that spawned you, I create that which can dispose of you. Dragon Slayer. Chang Tang, the brothers of the Dragon King, is to remain imprisoned here, deep below Kunlun, until such a time as I release him. However, see to it that you are not deceived. Warrior Chang Tang merely wears the guise of a man. He is in reality a dragon of great and deadly power. Should he seek to escape, you have but to use this sword. It is called Dragon Slayer. Its enchantment will banish him to a netherworld forever. Back on the beach? All of this happened while I was on Earth? There's that girl again. Hey, where are you going? I go to Kunlun to free my father's brother. He has suffered there 3 years now. It is enough. 3 years. 3 years. When he's already gone thousands of years.
Yeah, he killed a ton of people, right?
Right.
What about Master Khan? Khan has suffered a great loss in power. He is weak and will not challenge Qian Tang once my uncle is free. I shall adopt the form of a city warrior and relieve my uncle's guard as the new guard. I shall take possession of Dragon Slayer. Should the dragon break loose, you know what to do with this, brother. And have a care. A dragon may assume any guise it desires. Do not trust your eyes. You shall soon be free, Qian Tang. 3 years, 3 accursed never-ending years.
He's such a hothead.
I don't know why you come to free me, mortal. I know not what gift you would ask of me, and I don't care. All the mortals shall suffer. They shall all die. Give me this pitiful relic, Dragon Slayer, indeed. Do you know how difficult it is to kill a dragon, fool? 1,000 thrusts with Khan's sword would do no good. There's only one way to kill a dragon. Strike to the head. What have I done? Blinded by rage, I could not see, did not realize whom I have slain. The mortals. This tragedy is their fault. It is they who have killed Xiao Lao. They who imprisoned me, drove me out of my mind with rage, and now must come the reckoning.
They didn't imprison him. He's such a jerk.
Any excuse to go after the mortals, huh?
Exactly.
Flee, hapless mortals. Run if you can. Your city shall die. Your city shall die. Your sons and daughters shall perish. You have killed the child of my heart, and let all Kunlun beware my righteous wrath. Master Khan, is there nothing you can do to halt Qian Tang's madness? No, you fool, I have suffered a great loss of power at the hands of Iron Fist and his outworlder companions, see issue 75. We must flee the city until I can regain my full power. That's how it happened. Lei Kung has told me the entire story. It's horrible. All those people dying, the destruction.
And it's all my fault. I killed Xiao Lao. I caused Shang Tang to lose face. I'm responsible for this Holocaust. Something is wrong. Young Ran Kai is slipping away from me. His spirit is dying. No, 1,000 curses upon my head. Young Ran Kai must somehow blame himself for Kunlun's destruction, for having killed Xiao Lao the Undying. Yet he could not have possibly known. Kerblam! Gods! Ran Kai's companions, Luke Cage and Colleen Wing, both unconscious. Greetings, Thunder. You have evaded me for far too long. I have you now. Qian Tang! What a jerk!
I like how purple he is, though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's got Hulk skin.
Wait, what does that say? Not good.
Not good. This stage of young Rand's trance is critical, and I'm losing him.
Yet I must withdraw and face the greater danger. Something's going on. Lei Kung must have stopped my treatment. The water's vanishing. I'm waking up. Very well, Chang Tang. You have fooled me, found me, and you will find, however, that vanquishing me is quite a different matter. Pow! Arr! I can't wake up. I can't face the guilt. I can't live with the deaths of thousands on my conscience. I can't go back. Splash! So he throws himself in the water. Pray to your gods, Thunder. You alone have eluded me for some time now. Today is the day of your death. Then come, Shang Tang. I am warrior born. I embrace my destiny. Arr! The dragon crying out in pain. What? They both. What? He is sassy looking, isn't he?
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
You are Daniel Rand. You are called Iron Fist, Kunlun's most deadly warrior. You are a living weapon, and you are out of control.
To be confident, dude.
Maybe you still have some of that radiation affecting
Ooh.
his Iron Fist power. He's got this crazy stuff coming out of his eyes.
Ooh.
So that was kind of like a recap issue of how did we get to this point. I was expecting there to be like, you know, the reverse flash of Iron Fist.
Right. But no, this was
Steel
very...
hand.
Yeah, it was a very... the story drew you in, you know? That brother was such a jerk.
I know. Not willing to accept responsibility. Always got to blame those mortals. Any excuse to turn into a big Hulk pant dragon and kill everyone.
Right.
Great art in this one, though. Mark Bright is the penciler. Jim Owsley, the writer.
It's a good story.
Yeah, we'll have to follow more Power Man and Iron Fist. I always enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Kind of an underrated duo in the Marvel Universe. You don't see a lot of straight-up duos. Cap and Falcon, I guess.
No, you don't see a lot of duos that they're equal. Like Batman and Robin is like,
It's like, he's a junior member of the team.
Right.
He's not calling the shots.
Right. So, yeah.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed this, give us a like, and we'd love to read some comments if you have any. And thanks for watching.